At the outset, I would like to put on record our support for a Tasmanian AFL and an AFLW team. Nearly every Tasmanian would want to support or want to see the AFL a truly national game, and having an AFL team in Tasmania and an AFLW team in Tasmania makes that a reality. Now, having said that, I'm also on the record of saying, why is it that Tasmania somehow has to jump through hoops and other hurdles that other states haven't had to jump through? Why are conditions being put on Tasmania receiving an AFL side that other states haven't had to put up with? Now, this is a really interesting discussion around priorities, and what I have to say here and right now, we have Senator Lambie's network obviously opposed to the stadium. We have the federal Liberal team nearly all opposed to the stadium. I think the Greens might be opposed to the stadium as well. But what that all comes down to is we have a Premier back home that isn't listening. He's not listening to his own team. He's not listening to other federal representatives, but also he's not listening to the people on the street, because nearly everyone that I've spoken to have indicated that there are other things that the Tasmanian government should be looking at. There's other priorities, and they do go to health and hospitals and housing and education. And what I hear from the state, my own state Labor colleagues, and they have been calling for Premier Rockcliffe to change his decision on this, to change the decision to allocate $375 million to a stadium that we shouldn't have to build just so we get our Tasmanian team. They've talked about people coming up to them and saying, why can't we put that money to hospitals? Why can't we put that money to housing? We're in desperate need. In fact, the Premier Rockcliffe, is on record of asking the federal government for injections of cash to help in those other areas. Just extraordinary, extraordinary. So I hope Premier Rockcliffe is listening to this debate, and more importantly, I hope the AFL CEO, Gillon McLachlan, is listening to this debate, because quite frankly, they should be ashamed of themselves that they've come here, that they have put a condition on a Tasmanian team which no other state has had to jump, no other hoops that other states have to jump through. So it'd be good to be able to have our young players here playing for a Tasmanian side, and I just hope that Premier Rockcliffe listens to not only people here but more importantly the community back home. So but I'm also on the record of saying that the Australian people elected an Albanese government on a platform of collaboration and respect for all levels of government. And respect in that sense is that we will wait for a business case for the Tasmanian government before reaching a decision. Now, when we talk about business cases, this is about a business case that needs to stack up. And no, that is completely incorrect, Senator Wilson. That is completely incorrect. I've been very upfront with when I've been asked by the media that this is the position that the government has made clear from the very get-go, that if there's a business case that comes forward, and there isn't a business case at the moment, There isn't a business case and nothing has been presented to this government. And what we've said is that we will consider it on its merits, but it has to stack up. And quite frankly, Premier Rockcliffe should be really looking at his priorities.
Thank you, Senator Brown. Senator Dunningham.
Thank you,